Hey guys, welcome to my home office. I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to take a minute to just talk about the NAEYC Code of Ethics with you. At this point, you should have read the NAEYC Code of Ethics through your Code of Ethics assignment. If not, read them. And I want to just kind of clarify a little bit what it's all about. So the Code of Ethics is based around ethics. Ethics are simply solutions to problems, to conflicts that have more than one answer. Okay, so things that happen that there's no one answer to. So for example, this happened a lot. So maybe I have a child in my class who is a child of parents who are divorced or separated. Okay, I might have one parent coming in and just talking really, really bad about the other and asking me questions. Well, does their girlfriend come in with them when they drop off? What's he smell like? Does he smell like alcohol? You know, and that's an ethical dilemma right there. There's no one answer to solve that problem. You know, it's usually kind of hard. So this is an example of an ethical dilemma that we go to the NAEYC Code of Ethics to see, okay, what do we do about this problem? Okay, there's not just one answer, you know. Of course, we want to protect the rights and the privacy of the other parent, but we also don't want that child to be around negativity like that in our classroom. So we would go to the NAEYC Code of Ethics. Another one that is one of my favorite examples was when I was teaching at a four-year university. I had a student ask me, hey, Ms. Hopkins, what about this? Maybe you guys know about this, but I've got a coworker and she just smells really bad. Her body odor is horrible. But I don't know what to do. Do I tell her? Do I tell our director? Well, you go to the NAEYC Code of Ethics and the answer is there. If you look it up, it tells you very clearly that when you have a problem with somebody, you first go to them. And if that doesn't work, you go to the next person, so the director. I'll be honest, that's something that I have to deal with all the time in my job, you know, because we're humans and, I mean, not necessarily the body odor problem, but we're humans. We sometimes don't meet eye to eye. And so we're called to talk to that person first. And if that doesn't work, then we talk to the next person up. Okay, it's never a good thing to go right to somebody's boss and talk about the problem without talking to that person. You know, it's a respect thing. So I challenge you, look through the Code of Ethics. Look and see if you can find that one I'm talking about that says go to that person first, because that's one you're going to use a lot. So basically, that is what the Code of Ethics is. It gives us something to stand on to help us make good decisions in ethical dilemmas. I will tell you personally, through teaching preschool, through working with preschool teachers as a curriculum coordinator, and then teaching college. We're humans. We deal with these conflicts all the time, and it's hard to figure out an answer sometimes, you know? So look to these Code of Ethics. It's not just something I give you because I have to. It's a really good tool to use in making decisions as an early childhood professional. So I hope this helps you understand it a little bit. And one more note, you'll notice that there's several areas of the Code of Ethics. That the Code of Ethics is divided into Code of Ethics that deal with children and families and communities and the community itself, you know. So think about some things that might happen in a childcare, whether you're there or not, that could be ethical dilemmas. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions about the assignment. You might have seen that I extended the due date, so it's not due today like it was going to be. Or maybe it is. Just do whatever it says on there. And, of course, email me if you have any questions, any problems. Okay? I look forward to talking to you online next week, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.